Okay, imagine this. It's super early morning, still dark probably. You're in this ancient park in India, Rajagaha, famous for its hot springs.
The Tapodarama, yeah.
Exactly. And there's this monk, Āyasmā Samiddhi. He's just had his bath in the springs. He's standing there drying off.
Right, just a normal start to the day, you'd think.
And then bam, the whole place just lights up, completely illuminated. And this divine being appears, radiant.
A luminous figure, yeah. Appears right before him.
And this being asks him this really direct, almost urgent question about something called Bhaddekaratta.
Talk about a wake-up call. It's quite the opening scene.
It really is. And it sets us up perfectly for our deep dive today into the Bhaddekaratta Sutta, which translates to something like the auspicious one night.
Or sometimes the best single night, which I think is quite beautiful. It really captures the essence.
Yeah, I like that. And our mission really is to unpack this ancient text because it feels surprisingly relevant, almost like a hack for how we deal with time.
It absolutely is. It offers this unique framework for engaging with the past, the present, the future. It's about finding true presence, but maybe not in the way we usually think about it.
And the story of how this teaching came about is fascinating, too. It starts with this short verse from the Buddha.
The Udesa, the summary.
And then it gets fleshed out later by one of his top disciples, Mahākaccāna, and the Buddha totally signs off on the explanation.
Fully endorses it, yes, which is significant. But let's go back to that morning scene. Samiddhi, the monk at the hot springs.
Right. Tapadarama in Rajagaha. He's just finished bathing, probably feeling peaceful. And then this deity shows up.
And illuminates everything. It must have been quite a shock.
I think so. And the question is so specific. Do you know the summary, the Udesa, and the exposition, the Vibhaga of the Bhaddekaratta?
It's not exactly small talk, is it?
No. If a glowing being asked me that while I was toweling off, I'd probably forget my own name.
But it immediately signals how important this teaching is. And Samiddhi very honestly says, no, I don't.
And then he asks the deity, well, do you know?
And the deity admits they don't know either, which is interesting in itself.
It is. But the deity doesn't just leave. They really stress the point.
They do. They urge Samiddhi, learn this teaching, master it, retain it. They say it meaningful and, crucially, the beginning of the holy life.
Wow. The beginning of the holy life. That's a heavy endorsement.
It really underlines the foundational importance of this Bhaddekaratta concept. And then the deity vanishes.
So you can pick your Samiddhi, right? Probably still dripping, mind blown by this encounter. What does he do?
He goes straight to the top. He seeks out the Buddha, the Bhagavan.
Makes sense. He recounts the whole thing, the light, the deity, the question.
Still buzzing from the experience, I imagine. And he asks the Buddha, please teach me the Bhaddekaratta.
And the Buddha agrees. He delivers the core teaching, the Udesa, this concise, powerful verse.
It's almost poetic. He starts, do not pursue the past.
Straight away, that hits hard.
Yeah.
Don't chase after what's gone.
Do not anticipate the future. Don't get lost in what hasn't happened.
Okay, so detach from both past and future.
In a way, he continues, what is past is abandoned. Let it go. What is future is unreached. It's not here yet.
Right, it's like he's clearing the decks, mentally speaking.
Exactly. And then comes the pivot. One who sees the Dhamma in the present moment, steadfast and unshakable, let him cultivate that.
Ah, so that's the focus, the present. See things as they are right now, clearly, and without being knocked off balance.
Precisely. Cultivate that stability, that insight in this very moment.
And then he brings in this element of urgency almost.
Yes, a very stark reminder. Effort should be made today. Who knows if death will come tomorrow?
That's pretty direct. No time to waste getting caught up in past or future.
For we have no bargaining with death's great army. You can't negotiate with mortality. The time to practice is now.
Okay, it's a powerful call to action grounded in the reality of impermanence.
And then the conclusion, which gives the teaching its name, such a one diligent day and night, is called the auspicious one night by the peaceful sage.
Ah, so living this way, focused on the present Dhamma diligently. That is what makes your time, your one night, auspicious.
That's the idea. Every moment lived this way is the best single night. But then, here's the twist.
Okay.
As soon as he finishes reciting this verse, the Buddha just gets up and goes into his dwelling.
Wait, what? He drops his profound teaching and just leaves?
Just leaves all the monks sitting there with this powerful summary, this udbesa, but zero explanation of the details.
Huh. Why would he do that? Was it like a test?
I think it was a teaching moment in itself, a prompt for them to not just passively receive, but to actively seek deeper understanding, to wrestle with it.
Okay, so he gives them the puzzle, but not the key.
Exactly. And you can imagine the monks, right? They're probably looking at each other thinking, okay, that was amazing, but what does it really mean?
In detail? Yeah, don't pursue the past. How? What
Yeah.
does pursue actually mean here?
Precisely. They're left wondering, who can explain this? Who can give us the vibhaga, the detailed exposition?
So they need someone to unpack it. Who do they turn to?
They decide Āyasmā Mahākaccāna is the man for the job. He's known for his wisdom, praised by the Buddha himself, respected by everyone.
Okay, the go-to expert among the monks.
Pretty much. So a group of them goes to Mahākaccāna and explains the situation. The teacher gave us the summary, then left. Could you please elaborate?
And Mahākaccāna's reaction is interesting, isn't it? He doesn't just jump in.
No, he's very humble. He gently chides them, actually. Uses this lovely analogy.
Oh, yeah.
He says it's like needing heartwood from a great tree, but instead of going to the trunk or the root, you're looking for it in the leaves and branches.
Meaning they went to him, a branch, when the root, the Buddha, was right there.
Exactly. He says, you know, the Bhagavan is the source, the I, the knowledge, the Dhamma. He's the one they should have asked directly for the full meaning.
It's a mark of his respect for the Buddha, really, not false modesty.
Absolutely. He's affirming the ultimate source.
But the monks persist. They acknowledge his point, but basically say, look, we know the teacher praised you. We know you can explain this. They urge him.
And eventually he agrees. He says, all right then, friends, listen carefully, pay close attention, and I will speak.
And this is where we get the vibhaga, the detailed breakdown.
Yes. And this is where it gets really practical, linking the Buddha's concise verse to our actual moment-to-moment experience through our senses and mind.
So he starts unpacking that phrase, do not pursue the past. What does that actually mean in practice?
Mahākaccāna clarifies it's not just about, simply remembering something that happened. We all do that.
Right.
It's about when you remember a past sight, a sound, a smell, taste, physical sensation, or even a thought or feeling.
Okay.
And your consciousness gets bound to it by what he calls chandaraga, desire, passion.
Chandaraga, desire, passion. So it's the attachment to the memory.
Exactly. You recall it and you feel this pull, this delight, this wanting connected to it, maybe wanting it back or replaying it with pleasure. That is pursuing the past. That's the sticky quality.
Okay. It's the emotional charge, the clinging. So not pursuing the past is...
It's remembering. Maybe the memory arises, but your consciousness isn't bound by that desire passion. You don't delight in it in that sticky, clinging way. The memory is just a memory. The charge is gone.
That's a huge distinction. It's not about blocking memories, but changing our relationship to them.
Right.
Releasing the grip.
Precisely. It's about the chandaraga.
Okay, so that's the past. What about the future? Do not anticipate the future. How does Mahākaccāna explain that?
Similarly, it's about desire. It's when you actively desire or yearn for some future experience, a sight, sound, feeling, success, whatever it might be.
You're setting your mind on attaining it.
Yes, and you're already taking delight in that mental projection, that potential attainment, that mental setting fueled by desire is anticipating the future in this negative sense.
It's like living in a fantasy of if only or when this happens.
Right, and that creates unease, anxiety, because the future isn't here and might not turn out that way. So not anticipating the future is simply not setting your heart on those future possibilities with that kind of desirous delight. You might plan, but you're not emotionally invested in that specific outcome with craving.
Okay, so letting go of the craving for future outcomes. The tricky one, the present. The Buddha said, cultivate the present, be unshakable. But Mahākaccāna talks about being agitated by present phenomena. How does that work?
Well, it comes back to the same mechanism, chandaraga. You encounter something right now, a pleasant sight, a nice sound, an idea, and if your consciousness gets bound to it by desire, passion, if you cling to it, delight in it with attachment, then you become agitated.
Agitated. Why agitated if it's pleasant?
Because present phenomena are impermanent. That pleasant sight disappears, the sound stops, the feeling fades. And because you are clinging with desire passion, its fading causes suffering, frustration, agitation. You want it to stay, but it can't.
I see. The attachment itself sets you up for the agitation when the inevitable change happens.
Exactly. So not agitated by present phenomena is experiencing things right now, sights, sounds, thoughts, without that consciousness being bound by desire passion. You see it, hear it, feel it, but you don't cling. There's no sticky delight, no grasping.
So you can appreciate things but without the attachment that leads to suffering when they change.
That's the essence of it. Mahākaccāna really nails it down. The key factor across past, present, and future, across all six senses, sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, and mind, is the presence or absence of this chandaraga, this desire passion.
It's the underlying driver of whether we're trapped by time or free within it.
It really is. That desire passion is what makes us chase ghosts of the past, grasp at phantoms of the future, and get knocked over by the waves of the present.
Wow. Okay, so Mahākaccāna lays all of this out for the monks. How do they react?
They are delighted, completely satisfied. It clicks. They finally understand the depth of the Buddha's concise verse.
So they go back to the Buddha.
They do. They go back and relay Mahākaccāna's entire explanation, point by point.
And the Buddha's response.
Pure, unreserved praise for Mahākaccāna. He says, "Monks, Mahākaccāna is wise. Monks, Mahākaccāna is greatly discerning." High praise indeed.
And he confirms the explanation itself.
Absolutely. He says, essentially, if you had asked me, I would have explained it in exactly the same way. That is the meaning. Remember it just like that.
So it's a complete validation. Mahākaccāna perfectly captured the Buddha's intent.
Yes, it solidifies his explanation as the authoritative interpretation of the Bhaddekaratta Sutta.
You know, what really strikes me now, hearing it laid out like this, is how practical it feels. The best single night isn't some mystical state you have to achieve through gritted teeth.
No, not at all.
It's more about understanding this subtle mechanism of desire passion, the chandaraga, and learning to recognize it in relation to our thoughts about past, present, and future.
It shifts the focus, doesn't it? Instead of just trying to force yourself to be present, it's about noticing and releasing the clinging that pulls you away. The desire is the key.
Yeah, it feels like it's about dismantling the engine of regret and anxiety, rather than just managing the symptoms, liberating yourself from that attachment. It's actually quite profound.
It truly is. We went from that mysterious, almost dreamlike encounter with the deity.
Right, in the pre-dawn light.
To this incredibly systematic unpacking of how to live freely in time, how to make every moment, every night auspicious by letting go of that desire passion. It's a timeless teaching.
It really feels that way. So a final thought maybe for you listening. As you move through your day-to-day, maybe just try to notice. Notice when your mind drifts to the past. Is there a little hook of desire there, a wanting, a reliving with delight or regret? Or when you think about the future, is there that eager anticipation, that craving for a certain outcome?
Or even in this present moment, if something pleasant arises, can you notice if that little hook of, I want this to stay, that chandaraga, starts to form?
Yeah. And just ask yourself, what might it feel like, even just for a second, to let that hook dissolve, to experience this moment, this memory, this thought, without the bind of desire passion? What would that unshakable present, that auspicious one night actually feel like?
It's definitely something worth exploring.